Hello, everyone. Welcome back to PPC Roundtable, where we decode what's actually changing inside Amazon ads and how it's impacting optimization. Sandeep ji, what are we discussing today?
In this episode, we are going to look at the recent updates that Amazon has brought in, mainly in December or January. More importantly, for the D2C founders and how it will be useful for them.
So let's start. We are not going to waste a single time. We are going to jump straight into the updates, and wherever possible by us, we are going to share the screen live ads dashboard and share you wherever explanation is required. So this is a first update.
Right. So this is the first update where, personally, this is one of the very important updates that I have. Where earlier, what used to happen was Amazon had given us all the columns options and to customize those columns. But in a single screen, to get all the important KPIs such as impression, clicks, CTR, spend, CPC, all of those, sometimes it was very difficult for us to get that done. It used to take a lot of time. And every time I used to switch campaign manager between different accounts, I had to do that exercise all over again. But then now what Amazon has brought in is we have a option where I can have a compact columns. Whatever columns I choose, I can compact them. Let me just show you on my screen. All right. So what you see is the campaign manager homepage. Here we have a new update called as View, Default and Compact. So there are two options that I have under View. Earlier I did not have View. I just had columns where I could choose different columns. So for example, if I wanted to look at only specific columns, I would select them. So let me just show you. I deselect them and then I just want, for example, I want to look at the bidding strategy. I want to look at when the campaign was started, what is the budget, the cost type, impression. I want to look at top of search, impression share and bid adjustment, CTR, CPC, purchases, sales and ACOS. So if I wanted to look at all of these in View as a default, if you notice, I have to scroll towards the right to see everything in one screen. And sometimes it was very important for me to get all the information in one screen, and it was very difficult because then in that case we had to, reduce the size of the columns. But there was only limited columns, we would still be able to get it. But with this option, View Compact, if I click View Compact, you can see that all of that information has been compacted for me to see it in single screen. So now I can look at most of my data. Let's say if I sorted with spend. So in my account, if I sorted with the spend, I'll be able to look at all my important KPIs in single screen and get the information most out of it. So this is, one of the things that I used to personally struggle a lot, and I'm glad that Amazon has brought this change in Campaign Manager.
Let's move to the second update. So it's about metrics that have changed.
All right. This is the second update that we're going to talk about today. Now, this is something where Amazon has replaced spend with total cost and orders with purchases. You might wonder what is the difference between the two. Now, spend and total cost is basically is a step towards unifying DSP and a campaign manager in a single view of a campaign manager, which Amazon mentioned in their last unboxed event, which is likely to happen in Q1 or Q2 of 2026. So in DSP, we do not have a spend column. Instead, we have a total cost. Similarly, in DSP, we do not have a orders. Instead, we have purchases. So it is same thing. In just that total cost is, there are multiple costs that we have in DSP. So all of it, they give it as a total cost, and spend is something similar. So they have replaced that with, and similarly orders and purchase have been replaced so that when they unify DSP and campaign manager, there are no two different columns giving the same information. And for that purpose, this has been done. And I think it is something that you can get used to it if you spend time and see it this way. Yeah. So another update that we have is regarding sponsored brand placement on product pages. So on product detail pages, we have started observing that the brand, when they are running the sponsored brand ad, they are getting a specific placement which wasn't there. I think from last couple of months we have started observing this, where their individual products are being shown. So you can see here Blue Heat as a brand with their custom tagline, with their individual three products are being shown here with their review rating, with their price, with even the delivery options, the fulfillment options as well. So this is something which is a different placement that we have started observing from last couple of months, and placement like this is actually mimicking an organic placement. So it is more likely that the CTR of such placements will be better. So when you run this and you test if your CTR is getting improved, possibly this could be a case where the organic placements are being mimicked in a sponsored brand placement. So that is one placement. Next update that we have from Amazon is in terms of the um, attribution change that happened since January 1st, 2026 onwards, which is more for a view-based attribution. So Amazon has a last touch attribution. In last touch attribution, let's say if I have a view-based ads where the cost type is VCPM, Amazon used to have a longer window for VCPM attribution. Longer, let's say if the, earlier if the attribution window was 30 days. So what Amazon has done is Amazon has reduced that and tried to keep it to a realistic attribution. So if let's assume earlier it was 30 days and now let's say it's a 7-day attribution. So what will happen is my VCPM campaigns, which showed more sales earlier, will show less sales now because the attribution window has been reduced from what it was to what it is right now. So in that case, since our orders will be attributed less, our ACOS or ROAS is likely to be impacted because of it. So you might observe December BCPM campaigns ROAS as good as 10, 15, 27. And the same campaign in the month of January might have given you the ROAS of 2, 2.5, 3. So it is not the performance of the campaign itself. It is just the attribution window that Amazon has, kept a more realistic attribution, which is lesser than what it used to be before. So don't make unnecessary changes onto your VCPM campaigns just because you might see the drop in performance. It's actually the attribution. And based on this, you might want to decide whether you want to continue spending what you were spending on VCPM or you want to slow down the spends on VCPM. So let's look at the next update that we have. Now, next is a filter that Amazon has added. Earlier, we could have a filter by option only, where we could select filter for CPC or greater than this, or a filter spend greater than this. But now instead of me selecting a predefined filters, I can type here. So Amazon has suggested a few filters as well here. For example, in our case, we have a CPC greater than 0.3. And then there are others. For example, I could just type campaign with spends and no orders. So it's kind of an AI stuff that Amazon has brought in, where the system will be understanding what we are trying to look for and give filters based on that. So I think it is pretty handy, where we can just type what we need and the data will be refreshed based on that. Then the next update, if we move to, is basically around sponsored product videos. Now, sponsored product did not have videos before. We had videos for brand, we had videos for display. But then sponsored product video is something new that Amazon has brought in, which is available right now in US marketplace. It's not available in India yet, where you might see up to three video options, which are more feature driven videos. So for example, if I sell, let's say, an electronic device, it could be a projector. So if I sell a projector, then what are the top 3 features of that projector that I want to showcase through video, which are not that detailed video, that are very specific. For example, if my projector saves electricity, or it doesn't get heat up much as compared to competitors, or it can zoom in, zoom out. So such features, I can have specific videos for those features and then highlight for customers to know more about. So that's pretty much that we have for this particular update. Next is very important. This one has, this is going to make a lot of changes. It is yet to come in effect. So this change starting February 12, 2026, what will happen is, um, if you have merged multiple products into variation for reviews, you might see that Amazon will not show reviews for all the variations. So Amazon is trying to ensure that the variation reviews are not being misused by sellers, where let's say products that are not relevant to each other are being mixed, are put into a variation. So that is something that we see a lot of times sellers doing is, if they have good reviews on one product, or if they used to sell a product which used to have a good reviews, they would merge it with some different products, and this product that they don't sell anymore, they might put it into inventory as 0, and as a result the reviews will still be merged. But now Amazon will ensure that the reviews will only show if the products are relevant. So for example, here it is mentioned some examples. The variation, if it is in color and pattern, then it will be visible. If it is the size, then it will be visible. So there are certain examples that they have given. But if it is not actually a variation of a product, then you might see that your reviews are not showing up all at once. So this is something which is for better customer experience. Amazon is taking this step. So let's move to the next update that we have. Sponsor TV. Now, this is one hot topic that Amazon is promoting more, because Amazon, as we have been saying, that has moved or is moving towards full funnel strategy, full funnel implementation of advertising. So sponsor TV is one such solution that Amazon brought in roughly 6 months ago, which was top of the funnel solution. Where in India, sponsored TV basically, or streaming TV, gives us the placements onto MX Player. So what we could do was, we could run sponsored TV ad onto MX Player, and then now what Amazon has given us from last couple of months is use sponsored display to retarget those who have interacted with my ad. So basically, if they have seen my ad or seen similar to my products ads on sponsored TV, I could retarget them in sponsored display and bring them from top of the funnel to, let me say, initially to middle of the funnel for consideration, and see if they are actually clicking on my product or not, and then eventually use that audience and push them to purchase as well. So that is something that Amazon has brought in. Next that we have an update is a very useful update, very handy update, which is from a keyword or a search term. Next update is from a keyword or a search term harvesting point of view. So there are a lot of tools out there which offers this option, where we could automatically or even manually, we could put a particular search term which has performed good onto manual campaigns from auto campaigns. So Amazon took some time, but Amazon has also offered us this functionality now, where from our search term, we can add a particular keyword which has given me, let's say, 7 orders in last 30 days. Now I can directly from my search terms, I can push that particular search term onto a campaign, onto a ad group, and run it from there. So this is something where I don't need to create manually a new campaign or an existing campaign, add it from here itself. Now Amazon has given us where I can choose what match type I want to go with, what bid I want to go with, and then add onto the existing ad group. So this is something very useful that Amazon has brought in. So these are the steps that we have, that typically you select and then move. Yeah, so this is pretty helpful. I think same we have tried to show here in the snapshot. Another thing that we have in search terms is Amazon has brought in some pre-defined filters specifically for keywords and for product pages. So in our auto campaigns, we can just apply for the keywords itself so that it shows me the keywords, or I can apply product pages, product targets as a filter so that it shows me what I am looking at. Right now it shows us search terms, keywords, as well as the products. So with these filters, we can apply and specifically look for either keywords or product pages, which is helpful for those people who run auto campaigns with all the match types. So wherever we like to separate our auto campaigns with their targeting types, like auto separate, close match separate, loose match separate, then complement separate, then substitute. But sometimes we have a limitation of a budget. In that case, we put all of them together. Or for catch-all campaigns, we put all of them together. I think this is going to be helpful for us to look at from a keyword perspective, if I just want to look at, or from a product page perspective as well. So this is useful. Another update that Amazon has brought in is on Campaign Manager homepage. We earlier used to look at data from a campaign perspective. Now Amazon has given us this option where we can drop down from campaign. We can have a targets option as well. So there, whatever targets I have in terms of keywords or in terms of products, I will be able to look at performance and then also know which particular campaign that particular target is in, and do the optimization from here. So instead of me going into campaign by campaign and then looking at targets, I could look at my target here itself and do the optimization from here itself. So this is something handy if somebody wants to do a quick optimization from a targeting perspective from the screen itself. Then sponsored TV has had some new changes. I'd like to share my screen and take you through. So once you come to existing campaign, or if you want to create a new campaign in sponsored TV, if you click on create campaign and then streaming TV, if you click on create campaign, what you will see as a new here is, first is that now you can have audiences, dynamic audiences is there, where Amazon will identify and optimize these audiences for you instead of manual. So if I do manual, then I choose the audiences and I can choose in market, lifestyle, those type of audiences, or I could allow Amazon itself. If I choose dynamic, you can see that I don't have a audience option. Amazon will do it for me, and then Amazon will optimize also these audiences for me. So that is one update that we have. I think this should be explored, because manual audiences, we might not have the understanding, because for us brands, those who operate on a marketplace, or even their marketplace teams, they are more of a keyword driven people, keyword driven marketers. Audiences, sometimes I feel that for our marketplace operators, it is a bit difficult to understand. So for them to add audience and then understand what all audiences are there, which audience we should be using, I think this is a better option, where we can have a dynamic audiences where Amazon decides audiences for us. So this is a useful feature. Another option is we can now have a maximum CPM that we want to go for. So for example, if I want to pay 500 as a CPM for might be I'm in a category where I have a very competitive CPMs. So I could choose that. So I can decide what is the maximum average CPM that I want. So this is like a maximum CPC kind of a thing, where I might have situations where I might be charged more, but on an average, it will not go more than what I am looking for. So these are the two updates in sponsored TV, which are quite useful if I am the brand which is investing upon awareness. And I think in coming times, every brand will have to invest on awareness. So the next update that we have is for a video, in sponsored product, which we have briefly touched. Where will you see those videos? You will see those in your bidding adjustments, and that is where you'll get to know more information. Now, I think we can just look at here. This is only available in US right now. So if we go to next screen, we might have more information about it. Yeah. So let me just share my screen and go to a US account and share. All right. So I'm on a campaign manager in a sponsored product campaign for a US account. Here in ad groups, once I come into ad group, once I'm on ads, I will have an option of video. So this video option basically is allowing me to add videos for the product that I have. So for example, if I click on add video, so what I have is a sponsored products video where I can upload 2 to 5, minimum 2, maximum 5 feature videos. So that is what we can add. And if you want to know more about those videos, So there are certain formats, but the video must be 7 second long. Okay, 7 second long, and it has to be about a product feature. So it is going to go for moderation. Amazon is going to review, and if they feel it is not the feature that we are talking about in the video, they are likely to not approve it. So that is what it's about. So it's more about a product feature video where we talk about specific features of the product. So this is very handy, very useful, where we can upload a video and show our specific features. For example, if I'm selling a bag, I could talk about a feature of how convenient the pockets are. If I have a USB charging through the bag, I could show that as a feature. If I have, let's say, a safety pocket, that as a feature through a video, I can explain. So all of these things, I think we have, and um, uh, if uh, if everybody is showing their sponsored product normal ad, and if my ad is running with a video, I think my CTR will be better. So it is something that if you have something that you can explore, it is something that I would like to explore upon and get the first mover advantage. So this is very useful, which is not yet in India, but it is going to come to India as well once Amazon has tested it and has exploded in the US marketplace.
Now, I think we are left with only few updates, so we'll quickly scroll down to those. Yeah, I think it's about a new metrics, brand store page views that is available now in columns.
All right. So through our ads, sponsored brand and sponsored display, we can take shoppers to brand store page. So for those ad types, we have this metrics where we can actually see for a specific campaign how many brand store page views I've had, if that is the objective that I have. So that is something that Amazon has added here. From the dashboard itself, I can check that information. Then the last and the very important update that Amazon has brought in is Amazon Wine. Though it is not yet launched in India, Amazon is working on the formalities and legalities, because a review is something which has to abide with the land of the law. Uh, a review is something which has to abide by law of the land. So it is important that Amazon takes all the precautions. And India being where reviews can be easily manipulated, so Amazon is a bit cautious. So Wine is a program that Amazon already has in other marketplaces like US. It is going to come to India, and hopefully it will solve some problems for brands who want to get reviews but do not have a solution to get reviews. So this is something which is going to be very useful. So I think that is what we have here. Sammy, you want to talk about this update?
Yeah, I think with this AI powered generator that Amazon has released, I think we should keep a separate video, because this alone a topic which will cover 30-40 minutes easily. So this is something which is really new. A lot of brands can generate videos with new Amazon's AI powered generator, but I think we'll keep it for the next session. We will make sure, if you want us to record a specific video where we go demonstrate you, do a demo of this particular generator, how to create videos and how you can create the videos, make sure you comment down below. We grow media, REGRO media, and we'll make sure we have it in next week's PPC Roundtable. Thank you, Sandeep ji, for the wonderful session, and thank you for everyone who is watching this. Make sure whatever comments, whatever questions you have, you put in comment section, and we'll make sure to answer each and every comments. Thank you so much for once again joining in and tuning for the PPC Roundtable.